Last race. We're about to start in 4 minutes. Ow, bro. Why did that hurt? Okay, so say what? Final lap. Oh, let's go, Melody. You gotta. Let's go. Nice job, Melody. 5th place is crazy. Who got 5th? Hey, Madden. Hey guys, playing Madden. Can we turn that off, please? The Madden game. Turn off the TV. I'm sorry. Next time, Colin. Okay, you get it first next time. All right. All right, I'm just turning off it. Yes. Please, if you have trash, throw it away. You have 2 minutes to do that. What else? What other announcements do I need to make? Yeah, the biggest thing is trash. I'll be honest, 2 weeks ago, there was a lot of trash left in here. Oh, and if you want to grab sermon notes, those are available to you as well. There are extra clipboards. There are 50 pieces of paper. Was there a clipboard for each piece of paper, Josiah? Okay, so there are 50 available, so everyone should at least have one. If you want to have 2 for extra notes, it's bonus points. There's no point system. I don't know why I said that. Corey, are you wearing all Adidas right now? That's clutch. That's fire. I could never do that. Corey, I could never pull that off. I could never do that. Okay. 1 minute and 30 seconds. So worship team, hint, hint. 1 minute and 30 seconds. Yeah, right. All right, 1 minute, y'all. Oh, shoot. It's all zeros, by the way.
Oh, okay. What's this app called, by the way?
AutoPad.
Does it cost?
There's a paid version, but this one's the free version.
If you would please stand with us in this time of worship.
All things have passed that
Hey guys, thank y'all so much for being with here tonight. If you are new, we want to give a special thanks to you. Thank you so much for coming and checking us out. We hope you enjoy, and I hope everyone here is really welcoming to everybody. Today, we are going through, like every week, our missions moment. My name is Rianne. This is my super cool husband, Josiah.
What's up, everybody?
So, the first thing, which y'all know, we always go through, we're going to go through a few definitions. First one is, which is a four-parter, what is the definition of a missionary? Sent by church.
That's his. That's Isaiah's. That's Isaiah's.
One here. Any over here? Takes disciples. All right. Who really wants it over here? That one already said?
That one already.
That one already.
So what do we have so far?
We have, hold on 1 second. We have cross the geographical and cultural barrier. We have a Christian, and we have make a disciple. What's the last one? Gotta raise your hand.
There we go. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right. Second question. Hey, what is an unreached people group? Raise your hand. In the back.
Got it. Come on.
Okay. What is less than 2%? Christian. What's less than 2%? You know? Okay, we'll throw a candy because that was a good guess. That was a really good effort. You got half of it. We're going to have somebody else finish off. So what is less than 2% Christian? Can somebody explain? Mason. The population of the people group. Yes, thank you.
Sorry.
Oh, that's for Mason. Good. Mason leaped up real quick. Okay, now we go through something else called the Great Commission. The way we break this down is by saying 1, 2, 3, go. All right, the Great Commission is the command to do something. What's the first command in there? Elijah? Make disciples. Let's go. All right, and there's two promises that enable us to make disciples. What are those two promises? Number one for the Eagles. Go is not a promise. Sorry about that. All right. I will be with you always. Yes, Jesus is with us always. Good job. All right. And little Isaiah. Teach is a good guess, but no, it's not a promise. TJ, what's the promise? He's in control. Who's he? Jesus. Yes, Jesus in control of everything. TJ, that's up. That's you. Good stuff, TJ. All right. So then there's 3 steps to making a disciple. Elijah, what's one of those steps? Baptize is one of those steps. Great. Bingo. Okay, Samuel, what's one of those steps? Teach. Boom. Let's go. What's the very first step in making a disciple? Hey, that's for Samuel. That's for Samuel. So what's the very first step? Let's see. Somebody who hasn't answered yet. Lydia. Go. Let's go. Good stuff. Good toss, Rianne. Okay. So during our missions moment, we've been going through history of missions. The reason why we go through history of missions is because we want you guys to see this is not just something we talk about from upstage, right? This is something that has been done for generation upon generation since the beginning of the church, right? This is something that we do just like church. This is something that's been done since the very beginning. And today, who are we talking about?
We are talking about a guy named Samuel Worcester. He was born in 1798 until his life ended in 1859. He was born into a Christian home. His dad was a 7th-generation pastor. Basically, this means his dad, his grandfather, his great-grandfather, great-great, like so forth. 7 of them, every single one of them was a pastor. So, crazy. But his father, who, like we said, was a pastor, he also did one other thing. He was also a printer. And so Samuel learned how to be a printer from him, and he got part of his education from that, from like learning how to do that and learning papers that they were printing, reading those. And he he also went to like different schools and went to college. And while in college, he just found out that, like, I want to be a minister. And so he went to Andover Theological Seminary, which, if y'all remember a few weeks back, we talked about a guy named Adoniram Judson. This was actually the same school he went to. So while there, he decided that he wanted to be a missionary. So a lot of like the missionaries we've heard about, William Carey, whoever, so forth, they've all been sent to like crazy places. And so he would thought, I'm probably gonna be sent to India, the Middle East, even a place called the Sandwich Islands. I know weird, but it's actually called the Sandwich Islands. But no, he wasn't. The American Board of Commissioners for Foreign Missions, also Adoniram Judson formed it. They decided to send him to the Cherokee Indians in Georgia.
You okay, Ketty?
Ketty's dying. Everyone look at Ketty. Look at Ketty choking. Stare at Ketty.
So they send him to, where did they send him to?
The Cherokee Indians in Georgia.
In Georgia, the state. So he began learning the language there in Georgia, and he started translating the New Testament into Cherokee. That was the language that they spoke. He preached to the Indians regularly throughout his life. He defended their rights in courts because they were oppressed by the American government, right? He was arrested for living in a Cherokee land because there was an unconstitutional Georgian law. This law in Georgia said that anyone who was a Caucasian could not live in Cherokee land without a license. And so Worcester decided, hey, I'm not going to abide by that law, because if I abide by that law, it's saying that Georgia is in charge of what the Cherokee Indians allow on their land or not their land. I believe it's their land. It's their nation. It's not Georgia. Georgia doesn't get a say for what happens. So if the Cherokee Indians say, I need a permit, I need a permit. But if the Georgians say, I need a permit, and the Cherokee Indians say, I don't, I'm going to listen to them because it's their nation. So he actually got thrown into jail alongside 11 other missionaries who were fighting for Indian rights at the time. And they had to do some really hard labor. A lot of them were offered the ability to be pardoned for their crimes, but Worcester decided, I'm not going to take that pardon because I want the Indians to be able to fight for this in court. So they appealed, and he actually won that appeal and was set free the following year when a new Georgian governor was put into office. Not because of the appeal, actually. Georgia decided, we don't care what the U.S. federal government tells us what to do. We're going to say that this guy's wrong anyways. But eventually, a new governor came in, he let Worcester go. So he regained his right to do ministry amongst the Cherokee and to continue his New Testament translations of the Bible. And the reason why we wanted to bring him to the forefront is not because we're still using his translation today and he's like Adoniram Judson or William Carey, these guys who've done great, amazing, incredible things. Worcester's done some amazing, incredible things, but we wanted to show you somebody who, one, didn't have this story of thousands and thousands of people who were coming to faith, but was still faithful to God. And two, we wanted to show you somebody who didn't go to a crazy country. He didn't go to India. He didn't go to the Middle East, right? He just went to Georgia. And so, in summary,
Samuel Worcester, who was a Christian, he left his church near Andover Theological Seminary, and he made disciples by translating the Bible and preaching to the Cherokee in Georgia, not even another country, in Georgia, right across from us. He did this across the cultural and geographical barriers of the Native American Cherokee people.
and so in the same way that Samuel Worcester went, we want to encourage you guys to go as well, to go across the hall in your schools, to go across the county, right, to even go across state lines, right? Samuel Worcester went to Georgia, and he ministered to a different people group. The Cherokee Indians, they had their own language, own culture, their own food, right? Their own habits, their own customs, their own land. And yet they were here in the United States. He didn't have to go to another country to do missions, and yet he was faithful. And in the same way, we have a really cool opportunity for you guys in Clarkson, Georgia. There's 3 spots left on our summer mission trip. And you're going to be going to the same land that Samuel Worcester went to, which is pretty crazy. Now, I'm not saying that he went to Clarkson, Georgia, but he went to the state of Georgia, and he did missions there. And in the same way that Samuel Worcester went to Georgia, and yet he didn't do ministry among Americans, he went and did ministry among Cherokee Indians. You'll be doing ministry among refugees, people who've left their country, who fled because of war, poverty, various other situations that are really hard and tragic, and they've come to the United States, and now they are in need of the gospel, just like the Cherokee Indians were back then. And so we really want to encourage you guys to apply for this trip, to pray for this trip. If you're over 14 years old, you qualify to be able to go this summer.
So thank y'all for listening. I hope y'all enjoyed our little missions moment right now. we are going to pray, then we're going to transition right back into worship. Y'all pray with me. Lord, you are so good. You're sovereign. You're constant. You're so much greater than we can imagine, we can fathom. And Lord, I pray you give us hearts that are joyful and loving and honoring to you, God, that we think of you always in what we do, what we say, what we think. And God, especially thank you for the church. Thank you for missions. Thank you for your calling, the Great Commission to go out and to reach people. Because if we have a relationship with you, we know what it's like to have gone from living in sin, living in like the slavery to sin, to having a new life with you, a relationship with you, being able to talk with you, spend time with you, learn about you, and to have fellowship with other believers, Lord. And we should be heartbroken for those who don't get to. So God, I pray that these students understand why you gave us the Great Commission, and that we go out and we try to fulfill what you've called us to do with joy and zealous for you. In Jesus' name I pray, amen.
Would you please stand as we sing? Worthy of every song we could ever sing, worthy of all the praise we could ever bring. God just supports the youth, and I pray that you just help us to listen today as Drew brings your word, Lord. I pray that you just help us to focus and put all distractions aside, and that we would really feel your presence here today, Lord. I pray that you would work among the people here, and that you would just touch your heart, Lord. In Jesus' name, amen.
All right, y'all grab a seat. How's everybody doing? All right, Tim's good. How's everybody else doing? Great. Got it great. That's good. TJ, can you grab me a water while you're over there, bro? Thank you, man. You ain't gonna throw it? Okay. Nope, just me. All right. We're bringing it back out. Can anyone tell me what the number one song is on the Billboard Top 100? Raise your hand and tell me. You got to raise your hand and tell me what the number one song is on the Billboard Top 100. Bro, right? Dang. It's probably number one on my Spotify, though. What is it? What's number one, Bryson? Nope, that's not the one. I think that's top 100 though. No, somebody's got to know it, man. Okay, all right, never mind. I'm putting it away. You never saw it. The number one song. Listen up. Listen up. I know it. You looked it up. You Googled it. It's "Cruel Summer." You knew it. Why didn't you say it? Oh, you knew it was Taylor Swift? Yeah. There's many, right? Listen up. We're locking in. So whether you are a Swiftie or not, wow, I really did put that in the presentation. There you go. There it is. Taylor Swift, yep. That's right. So what's interesting is "Cruel Summer" isn't off of her newest album. It's actually off of her 2019 album, seen here on the screen, that I listened to all the way through when it first came out. I distinctly remember I went on a run and I listened to the album all the way through. And I actually didn't like it very much. So my bad if you're a big Taylor Swift fan. Listen up. So this song, "Cruel Summer," in case you didn't know, it has, just shot up the charts, right? It's often seen on TikToks. If you don't recognize the song, you'll recognize the chorus. Like if you play it, you'll know it. You've heard it before, I promise you. And what's interesting is in this song, Taylor Swift, she's essentially singing, not discussing. She's singing about the complexities of a past summer romance. And in case you've, followed music in general, but particularly Taylor Swift, ever, that's kind of what she does. She sings about her past. It's basically like a one-sided therapy session listening to a Taylor Swift album. She's just like kind of venting about what's going on. And that's why she's so popular, because people relate to it, because we do this. We think about the past a lot. Colin, what's your question, man? She's a singer. That's a good question, Colin. No, Colin, great question. So, not everyone here is a multi-million-dollar recording artist, but we, at the very least, we look at our past. We think about our past. It's part of being human. We think about the things that have happened to us, the things that we've done, the things that we've said, things that have been said to us. And if I can take a guess, many of us look at our past with shame. Okay, we look at things that we've done,